from an academic standpoint, I think student-centered means we offer classes that cater to the students that we have. We offer the classes in the order that makes sense to the students we have. We offer them at the times that make sense for the student population we have, and we really look at our whole curriculum to determine what's going to best serve our students. Having students involved is going to be part of the scoring system for that. So I think student-centered really encompasses every part of the university, from the academic side to even the business side, how we run our enrollment, how we run financial aid, how we run scholarships. All of that needs to be based around what our students need and who our student population is.
So in regards to student-centeredness, I think that there's a misconception that student-centeredness means we have to break rules in order to satisfy the student, or we have to cut corners. I think that student-centeredness simply means taking the time necessary to make sure that that student is as comfortable as possible in whatever process that might be. I'll use financial aid as an example. A student going through financial aid and getting selected for what they call verification. I didn't understand what verification meant at all. I was lost. I had to ask a lot of questions. So me not understanding what verification isn't my fault. And I think that sometimes we have to, in these different offices, we have to really take the student and understand that it's not their fault that they don't understand that particular process, but it's our responsibility as a university and as an office to ensure that when that student leaves, and if it happens again to that student, if they get put into that process again, that they understand the necessary steps on how to make it through that process on their own after they have left the office that they came to seek help. I think that spending extra time with students is student-centeredness.
Because of different faculty members that become my inspiration and become my best mentors and my motivation to go out there and to actually do things not only in school but outside. And I met wonderful people in the admission that encourage the same thing. I'm part of making the school happen because I'm invited to do look at the procedures and the policies. That helps us to understand what governs the school and being part of the school. Like, for example, evaluation process. I feel that I'm heard. I feel that I can make a valuable input so that the next group of students that is going to come, that are not only going to have easier time, because it's not about being easier, but are going to be challenged so that they can grow.
To me, being student-centered is exactly what the term is saying. Making sure that in all your practices you consider the whole well-being and education of the student. Probably the best experience I can think of when considering student-centeredness is when I first came to Winston-Salem State and dealt with the financial aid office, and I was selected for verification. And I didn't understand why I was being asked to do that. What the financial aid counselor did for me was she sat me down and explained to me and my mother exactly why we had to do verification, what we needed to do for verification, and if it came up, when to expect it, and how to work through the process in the best way possible. And so going back to my definition of student-centeredness, the goal wasn't changed. I still had to do the verification. I still had to follow the same process as anybody else that was selected for verification. But because I knew the why, the when, and the how, I was better able to meet the goal with the questions and concerns that I had.
Encourage everybody at the university, regardless of their function, whether they're a faculty member, in administration, on the executive staff. I think it's just important that they think that every single job function they do at the end of the day has to come back to, how am I helping students matriculate through the university? And I think if we take that mindset with every decision we make, with how we deal with people, how we deal with students, faculty, staff, I think it'll really show that this university is student-centered, and that we're going to really surpass even our own standards and expectations.
To be clear, student-centeredness does not encompass changing goals for anyone. Student-centeredness accepts the notion that students come from many different perspectives with many different experiences and many different skill sets. And what the idea of student-centeredness promotes is that educators, which all of us are here at Winston-Salem State, need to make sure that they give each student the skills and tools that they need to reach the goal. So you're not changing the goal, you're actually creating a better student who's able to reach the goal rather than setting the bar lower. So we're not setting the bar any lower, we're making sure that everyone can reach the bar so that when they get to new challenges, they can reach those goals with the skills that they received here at Winston-Salem State.